The ambitious Punani perspective.
Are you listening?
Okay, some of my favorite people in the entire world are black women. Get into it. My other favorites are black men, but you know, that's not the point right now. Okay? I just love black people with my whole heart. We're seeing death, and we're seeing our people die in higher numbers, and we already know why. So for somebody to do a survey, a study, do interviews and say, well, why do you think there's a disparity in who lives and who dies from? All I'm going to say is slavery. Everything in this country against black people specifically is from slavery. Now I don't care what you say. Don't tell me if you're white currently today, you know, because we got Rachel Dollars out in the world. Okay, so if you're currently white today and you say, well, I didn't have slaves. Well, no, you didn't have slaves, but your grandpappy's grandpappy had some goddamn slaves, and you're the beneficiary of that ruthless, savage behavior. Now, you want to know why black people are dying more than anyone else? Why? Because of slavery. Period, point, and the blank. Okay? Don't go any further than that. Don't spend any money on any study. Oof. You know my blood pressure, right? Don't spend any goddamn money on any surveys. They don't like us for this. You see, this brown, this natural brown, this ain't no goddamn suntan. Lord have all the mercy. Okay, let me just get off of that real quick because we already know where it stems from. And it's all throughout life. Redlining of districts, you know, the Voters' Right Act, water in Flint, Michigan. You don't pass the brown paper bag test. Oh, how many jelly beans in this goddamn jar? Now, no matter what I might feel about religion today, I believe in God. So, period, point, and the blank, okay? However, and but, we all know the story. Those of you who ever sat in the pew once, or maybe twice, you know the story of Easter. And if you don't, now you know. I'm about to tell you, okay? Jesus walked the earth. Some thugs wanted him dead. They killed him via crucifixion. He hung on a cross between two thieves. And they knew he didn't belong there. Just think, look at the metaphor, right? Because, you know, he was black. So, black man walking around, helping people, minding his business, performing miracles, living at the edges of poverty his entire life, knowing that he came from something much greater. Okay? So, some wicked people wanted him dead. And they made sure that they came through with that, right? So they killed him, and then 3 days later he rose. We all know the song, he hung his high. They hung him high, they stretched him wide. His head went to the side and he died, and then 3 days later he rose. We sang the songs. So, Jesus walks amongst the people. So, if you gotta do a virtual service, oh goddamn well, okay? Okay, let me stop right there because I will offend too many people, but the pugilistic instinct in me does not give a good God, you know what. Boom. So let me get off of that. Corona, we know where it originated. And we do know that chemical warfare is a real thing. And if you don't know, I just told you. So don't ever say you don't know, because I literally just told you, right? And we do know that the other people hate us, right? If you don't know, because you're delusional, because you love one of the other people, or you got a kid by one of the other people, or the other people just treated you nice. Those are the people that did those nice things for you. But as a collective, the other people don't like you. You don't believe me? Look who is the president. He is a complete imbecile. Idiot times 3,000. 2000, and he is the president of these United States. Why? Not because he's a good businessman. He's a great con man. Okay. Not because he's a faithful man. He has three wives, two from over there, other countries. Like, we don't speak the English good. But he is the president. And he is the president because he's a racist. His daddy was a racist. I did a whole naysay on his daddy in his apartments in Coney Island over that way, and how, okay, you just go into the naysay archives. I cannot give you that whole Fred Trump racist lesson, but he's a racist just like his father who loved Hitler. So, white people love inadequate white people just as long as they are in a position greater than every black person, including the best amongst us. Now, their racist president, Lyndon Baines Johnson, with his sensitive ass wife, who Eartha Kitt put in her place, but that's a whole other naysay. Go into the archives, okay? So racist ass Lyndon Baines Johnson said something like this. This is the gist of it, but you're going to get my meaning and his understanding, okay? He said, as long as you can convince the lowliest white man that he is better than the best black man, you can pick his pockets for free. Hell, he'll even give it to you. Something along those lines. Don't quote me verbatim, but that's the gist of it, right? So as long as that con man with the orange face and 3 wives, 2 of whom are foreign, 5 children, okay, 3 wives, 5 children. Sound like he got some baby mama situations going on, but they'll never say that. They'll refer to your black ass, your brown ass as having a baby daddy or a baby mommy or mama, whatever, but his white inadequate ass has ex-wives and children. So let's be clear, and I'm tight because our people are dying. Jesus, okay? Our people are dying, okay? I'm seeing too many people I love go through too much pain because their loved ones are dying. They're killing us. I hope you realize what's fucking important. Y'all better vote on my part. Our people are dying. You can't even go to the hospital. Y'all better vote. That's my message for tonight. Right? Let me just say this. I have to mention this. That whole P. Diddy state of the culture, that whole emergency situation. We're always in a state of emergency. What the fuck? We need Corona to be in an emergency. We was in an emergency before Corona. Black kids, it's hard for them to get to college. How they paying for school? We was in a state of emergency before. People don't have health care. People need jobs. Gentrification. We've been in a state of emergency. See, let me tell you something about people with influence and maybe a semblance of power and a couple of dollars and cents, right? You do not pick my leaders for me. And black people, y'all be asleep sometimes. Y'all be allowing people to pick your leaders. P. Diddy ain't no leader of mine. Now, can he lead me to the party? Abso-goddamn-lutely. But he knows how to throw a great party. He can do that, right? I like the Ciroc. I will participate in that situation with him, but he's not my leader. He's not my leader. And we get caught up in celebrity leadership. Get the f*** out of here. The new Malcolm, where he at? Because see, I'm looking toward that way. That by any means necessary. Not take that. Okay, so I just want you guys, you know how I think, right? I always tell you, I don't think like this. I'll be all over the place, like, you know, because you got to see around, right? P. Diddy is not my leader. State of the culture, revolt, nice. Information disseminated, cool. What I like thinkers. I like people who go deep. And I know we don't have Frances Cress Welsing around anymore. I aspire to be as gifted as she was. Okay? So if you're going to give me somebody in that vein, I will participate in that conversation wholeheartedly. I don't want to see too many rappers talking to me about what we're going to do about Corona. Because y'all come out during election time. Remember when P. Diddy did that vote or die? What happened to that? That campaign should have been on damn going. So if Corona didn't come around, would we have seen a state of the emergency or state of the culture, whatever? I don't think so. I'm clear. Like, I'm uber duper super clear, about who my leaders are. You're not going to choose, because white people like to choose your leaders. You got to be very careful. And some black people, if they're not awake, will allow it to happen. Okay, I'm off this, right? I'm off this because I had to let that